Hello, good morning. So last class we were discussing about. Just let me know my audio is audible. Are you able to listen to me? Just type in the chat box, okay? So am I audible? Good morning. So am I audible? Okay, fine. So last class we were discussing the basic introduction of the commodity markets. So today we will be studying something about the Forward Market Commission. I was talking about this Forward Market Commission last week. Very important regulatory body which is there, which was there, we can say, because now it has been merged with SEBI, Security Exchange Board of India. In 2015, they merged FMC with SEBI itself. So presently, SEBI is the regulator for even commodity markets. So earlier we had a capital markets regulator, SEBI, then commodity market regulator, or the future market, what we call it as, right? It was regulated by Forward Market Commission, FMC. So it's a very important body when it comes to the question of the monitoring authorities or whatever it is, especially in terms of regulating the various practices which are there in terms of future markets. So last class we were discussing on this. It was started in 1953 under the provisions of Forward Contract Regulation Act. Okay, it was called as Forward Contract Regulation Act, and this act was enacted in 1952. So it consists of not less than 2 but not exceeding 4 members appointed by the central government. So this is a commission. Normally commissions are established by the central government under separate provisions of the act in order to look into the particular functioning of that particular areas. Okay, so like that we have Competition Commission of India, Union Public Service and Commission, UPSC. So like this we have a lot of commissions, Commission of Human Rights, like this. We have a lot of commission which has been set up under central government, which will be headed by a few members who are normally elected from a very good background of experience and expertise and expertise in that particular area. So that's how they select that. So here also this commission is headed by not less than 2 but not exceeding 4 members. But they have a lot of advisory people who was reporting to them. Okay, and this is basically appointed by the central government. Out of them, one being nominated by central government to the chairman of the commission. So one person will be called as chairman. He is the head of the commission who will be taking the key decision and policy making things of the Forward Market Commission. So such future trades in India are traditionally on food commodities. The agency was originally overseen by Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution. So this was since majority of the commodities which were traded were related to food. This particular FMC was directly coming under the Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution, PDS we call it as, right? Public Distribution System. So public distribution. So that was the ministry under which this Forward Market Commission was set up. And the commission appeared in the news in March 2012 for the ban on Gurgam futures trading after it said the price due to use of fracking caused food inflation and all those things. So since they act as a regulator, they are keen in protecting the interest of the economy as well as the interest of consumers. So interest of consumers are protected whenever there is a volatile fluctuation in the price level of some produce or commodities, and then they suddenly pitch in order to address those issues. So that was the thing what they did during that period. So that is what it has been mentioned there. So sorry, 1 second. One second, just. So the commission has different divisions in it. There are different divisions which are there in this commission. The first division is relating to market division. So market division is a division of markets, trading and development. So in order to make their accessibility, or what we call it as, in order to focus on the various activities which are done in the market, right? So they have given importance, and based on the importance, they are keeping a close look at various functions which takes place in the future markets. So in order to make things simple, and in order to have a better control over the activities of the future markets, this commission has broken up the activities into various divisions. Okay, here we call it as divisions. So like that, the first division is market division. So here the focus will be primarily on the markets, trading and development. So the focus will be more on the listing of the commodities and how the trading takes place. So what are the minimum time required and for booking the order and releasing the orders, how to punch an order. So basically relating to all the trading aspects, okay, settlement process, all those things are handled by this market divisions. The second division is M&S division, basically on market intelligence and monitoring and surveillance. So in order to see any fraudulent activities are taking place in the commodity trade, or is there any security breach which is happening, or is there any wrong entry of transactions which are taking place, relating to all security related issues or IT related issues, or basically intelligence related to publications of various information related things. So it's basically on market intelligence and surveillance. So monitoring and surveillance, this is a division which focuses on those areas. Then we have a very important division, division 4 we call that, that is relating to investigation, vigilance and legal affairs division. So legal affairs division basically sets forth a lot of conditions for the people who will be acting as intermediaries, right? So there are a lot of rules and regulations what they are supposed to follow, like in the form of getting licenses, in the form of renewal of licenses at regular intervals, okay, in the form of controlling the people who are entering into the market with skill sets and all those things. So basically, this talks about the legal thing. So if if there is any chances of manipulation or frauds which is taking place, or overseeing of some activities which are illegal in nature, so if such things are entering into the process of trading, then such things will be taken care of by these legal and vigilance and investigation division of the commission. So that's a very important thing. Then comes commission of secretariat, including HR, administration and finance grievances. Basically, it's an administrative division which takes care of the entire functioning of the organizational of commission as such is concerned. So here HR related information, right, recruitment, training and advancement and all those things will be done. And similarly, we have administration, general administration activities in respect of getting into contracts, keeping the records and all those things are concerned, accounting and all those things. And of course, finance and grievances, it's all about the management of the funding activities which are taking place, especially the management of financial related transactions. And grievances, of course, any issues relating to the future markets, or any issues of complaints relating to the grievances, and all those things have been handled by this division. So this division is also a very important division. And awareness, training and intermediary registration and IT. So this is a very important division which takes care of training. Awareness programs are conducted in terms of new terms or new instruments which are used in the market. And not only that, about the importance of why commodity markets are there, So basically, they conduct various online programs and certification programs and all those things in order to encourage people to take up this commodity trading as one of the careers, or giving training to those people, especially in the rural areas, who want to venture into this online trading and all those things. So this division 3, it's called. So division 3 talks about basically awareness and training and intermediary registration. Intermediary registrations are brokers and sub-brokers and all those people, clearinghouse agents and all these people. So even their process of registration, cancellation, and their renewal of licenses, all these processes are handled by this division. So basically, we have 5 important divisions in the commission, so which will be catering to different needs and requirements of seeing that the commission performs its duty smoothly and smoothly and fairly. So that is the intent behind why these divisions have been set up, and accordingly, the activities are driven based on whatever the divisions they have formed. So that is a very important thing which we need to know in this case of forward market contract commission. So this is coming under Ministry of Consumer Affairs. I told you earlier itself, Ministry of Consumer Affairs and Public Distribution. And the very important functions, okay, if you ask what are the various functions of this commission, it is basically to advise the central government in respect of the recognition of or to withdraw of recognition from any association, or in respect of any other matter arising out of the administration of this act. So this is a basically pure administrative role what this commission is supposed to do, and to keep the forward market contracts under observation and to take such action in relation to its market as it may consider necessary in exercise of the power assigned to it by under this act. So it looks into or it observes the functioning of the forward market in India. So it's basically takes care of everything, all aspects of forward market, right from the listing to the trading and settlement and all those things. So any grievances related to that, even that is also taken care of. Then the third important function is to collect, and whenever the commission thinks it necessary, publish information relating to the trading condition in respect of goods to which any of the provisions of this act is made applicable, including information regarding supply, demand, and price, and to submit to the central government periodical reports in the operation of the act and on the working of forward market relating to such goods. So collecting of information or gathering of various information relating to various commodities. So that is one of the very significant role or function, what we can say, the forward market commission does. So it not only collects the information about the commodities, but it also talks about the supply, demand, or prices, because accordingly the government can take decision. Okay, so this is a very important function, and they want to assess so which are the commodities which are getting impacted, so that the common man should not face difficulties in future and all those things. So we have seen how this future markets was suspended for 14 years from 66 to 80. So that 14 years, why they suspended it, all these things, and again they put regulations on various commodities and not to be traded, or fix the bandwidth of the prices under which it should be traded and all those things, right? So these are all the examples of how government will be using the information provided by forward market commission, especially in terms of demand, supply, and prices relating to a lot of commodities. Okay, so that is a very important role or function, we can say, and to make a recommendation generally with a view to improving the organization and working of forward markets. So that is in the general perspective. They take care of the suggestions and views from various sources, and to also they give their own recommendations, okay, as to how to improve the organization and working of forward market. So they play a very important role because as a commission, they have been assigned the role of interacting between the government and the markets. So as a regulator, they work for the interest of all the stakeholders like government, like the markets, and like the common man who are investors in the particular products and all those things. So they try to bridge these gaps and also try to identify themselves to work in a smooth and efficient manner, so that the larger objectives, okay, of promoting savings and investment, and in turn relating to the development of the system, right, entire economy, because the markets are very important backbones of economic development today. So they contribute towards that. So that is a very, very, very major role what the commission plays. Sorry. The next important function is to undertake the inspection of accounts and other documents, which whenever is considered necessary. So this is a very investigation type of role what they do. So they do inspections, and they check whether they are keeping the proper records or proper documentary evidences and supports are kept while dealing in the markets and all those things. So it ensures that there is a fair business marketing which happens through this trading of various commodities. So that is the bigger picture role. They look into all these investigation matters. To perform such other duties and exercises as each other powers as may be assigned to the commission by the act or may be prescribed. So they don't stop there. Their role is very much wide. So whatever has been referred to the commission, right? They have the they have the power to look into those things and frame necessary policies and procedures as and when required in order to have a smooth sailing of operations of forward market. So their role is very much wide. Okay, so we talked about those 5 divisions, okay, like market divisions, emergence division, IR division, training division, awareness, and all those things, legal division, and all those things. So through these effective modes, right, they try to manage the entire structure of the organizational things by providing timely assistance and needy assistance, so that it's there should be some controls which should be there in terms of operations and in terms of managing that particular activities are concerned. So that those things are ensured, okay, by the commission, and commission in works with any other areas or any other tasks which have been assigned under the act. So they are free to do their own. They have that freedom of looking into all those things and frame their own policies and procedures in order to meet those requirements. So that is one of the very important functions again. Then power of commission, as it indicated in section 4A of the Forward Commission Act 1952. So section 4A is there, which talks about the powers of the commission. So there are various commission powers which have been given to the commission. So let us see what are those powers. First one is the commission shall, in the performance of its function, have all the powers of a civil code, the code of civil procedure, while trying to suit in respect of the following matters. So this is a very important thing. So they have been given the judicial, quasi-judicial power, we can say it as. So they have a when we say that they have the commission as the power, then commission can call any person, do the trial, or start doing the investigation, take that person on oath. Okay, they can ask them to swear on affidavit. See, these are the things which civil court or code of civil procedure says. So just like how the trial process starts in a court, right? That is in the civil case in the court, just calling for the person to swear on in an affidavit and recording the documents, asking for evidence, calling for witnesses. See, it's the same procedure what the court, civil court procedures happens in order to investigate the matters by trial process, right? The same type of things even commission does. So commission also calls a person for investigation. So he asks him to swear on the affidavit, and they can collect the evidence in the form of documentary things, They can mark those evidence for future references. See, all those things, whatever the civil code does, right, it's the same process what the commission has also been given power to do it. So, I was telling, examining a person on oath. So that is swearing a person, saying that I am a person, I will be representing this and all those things. You know the civil process, right? How it happens. And production of documents, if any, they need to produce the documents, evidence and affidavits, or what I told you, and acquisition of public records or copy thereof from any office, and any other matter which may be prescribed. So these are the common things what the civil code does. So even the commission will be doing the list of things as per what a civil code does. The same type of inquiry things will be done by the commission. So commission has been given such a power under this act. So that's important. The commission shall have powers to require any person subject to the privilege which may be claimed by the person under any law for the time being in force, to furnish information on such points or matters as in the opinion of commission may be useful for or relevant to any matters under the consideration of the commission, and any person so required shall be deemed to be legally bound to furnish such information within the meaning of section 176 of IPC. So giving of documentation or asking a person to produce a document, okay. So this commission has the power to call such persons and ask them to furnish documents, okay, for evidence. You cannot say, no, I'll go to court of law, I'll file a case. If they ask, I will only produce the documents there. No, you cannot ask. This is also a court procedure. That's what they are telling. So commission has been given the power, just like how the civil code performs its regular role. So the role of civil procedure is code, whatever is followed, right? So same type of procedure can be adopted, is adopted in the commission also. So commission has the power to call any persons, okay, as a witness, or ask him to call and submit the documents. You cannot say, no, you are not a court, we'll produce in the court, we'll file a case. You can't say that. Okay, that is a secondary thing. That option is always left to anyone. Okay, so they can approach the court. That is a secondary thing. But when commission asks, it becomes a duty bound for anyone for whom it has been asked, right? They need to produce the document. They cannot say, no, we'll not give the document. If required, we'll go to the court. There only will produce the document. No, you cannot say that. Okay, so the judicial power, whatever is there, right? The commission also enjoys such type of judicial power. So at any point of time, if the commission requires any documents, okay, or any form of evidences, okay, in the form of evidence, if they require any piece of paper or something, if they request that person to hand over that, then it becomes very important that the person should follow the procedure. Okay, that is the power given to the commission under this act. So that is under 176 IPC, Indian Penal Code. The commission shall be deemed to be a civil code. This is very important point. Okay, it is deemed to be a civil code. That means it's a quasi-judicial body, we can say. And when any offences are described as per IPC is committed in view of presence of the commission may, after recording the fact constituting the offence and the statement of the accused as provided for the court of criminal procedure, forward the case to magistrate having jurisdiction to try the same. The magistrate to whom any such case is forwarded shall proceed to hear the complaint against the accused as if the code has been forwarded to him under section 488 of the said code. So now you can see how it has become very important that the commission can take up the matters. Okay, so as per if any civil matters are there, okay, civil code, but they cannot try criminal cases here. Only thing is they can try civil matters. Civil matters are regular disputes, okay, relating to any thing like misappropriation of funds or anything like that. So if there is any criminal intention also, okay, then they cannot try it. So the commission doesn't have power to try any criminal related procedures. Okay, so they need to go to CRPC, that is Criminal Procedure Code. So then they need to take that matter to the magistrate. Okay, so they cannot try criminal matters. Only thing is anything like oversight or misrepresentation or fraud or anything like this, right? That can be dealt with in terms of the civil rights are concerned. Okay. The commission, after recording the facts constituting the offence and the statement of the accused, they can now refer to the magistrate. Okay, only if it is a criminal, something criminal intent or criminal touch has been given to the case, then they cannot handle the criminal aspects. So they are only being given powers to look into the civil matters. Okay, civil matters are more of matters which are not so serious. Okay, so if it is a criminal, then it comes like murder or attempt to murder or dacoity or something like that. They come under criminal. So we need to just look into those aspects here, whether it's a criminal or a civil angle. Civil angle, yes, you have the power as a commission, you can look into that matter. But if there is a criminal angle to that and also civil angle, then better to take that matters to the magistrate. Okay. So you need to forward the case to magistrate. You don't have authority or power to try such case under the CRPC. So we need to book a case under CRPC related sections and just transfer that to the magistrate, okay, who has the jurisdiction to try the same. So the magistrate to whom any such case is forwarded shall proceed to hear the complaint against the accused as the code has been forwarded to him under section 482 of the said code. So that is what it means. Any proceeding before the commission shall be deemed to a judicial proceeding within the meaning of section 193 and 228 of the Indian Penal Code. So that means when we say it as judicial proceedings, you need to follow all the procedure laid out under judicial proceedings. So calling for witness, recording the witness, doing the cross-examination, all those processes are there, right? Trial process is there, right? Giving time and postponing of the adjournment, we call it adjournment of the trial process. See, whatever is told under the respective procedure codes, okay, that is civil procedure code, right? That since it has been given judicial proceedings power, the same procedure needs to be followed in terms of marking the evidences are concerned, keeping the records of documents, swearing on affidavits, and what do you call counter and defy arguments, filing of the case, and all those things. See, you need to follow the same procedure as laid out under the Act. Okay. So pleading procedures are there. They are told how to plead. Okay, in a case, what all should be there, and how to place a request of filing a case, and what are the duties and charges which needs to be paid according to the code procedures and all those things. So that means we need to ensure that since the commission has been given same judicial proceeding power, all these things needs to be done as per the how the code procedure happens. So that is very important. So you cannot just conduct the trials. Okay, by the commission cannot conduct the trials just like in ordinary sense. So there are certain rules and regulations and procedures which needs to be followed, and the such type of things needs to be followed. Okay, when you are that's a very big power actually, if you ask me. Okay, so it acts as a judicial body. So that's a very big power what has been given. Then the commission is further vested with the power to suspend the member of recognized association or to prohibit him from trading. So if they find that there are a lot of illegal activities which have been carried by that associations, or the associations are involved in anti-national or something which is affecting the national security threats or something like that, or if they are indulging in some illegal activities which are not allowed as per the provisions of the acts and all those things, then they can take a strict decision of suspending that members, okay, from recognized association or prohibit him from trading until the further investigations are carried out against such association. So that power is also there with them. Then grant approval of amendment to the rules of the recognized associations. So if there is amendment, any amendment needs to be brought out by the associations, they are free to do it, but provided that is well within the legal framework. So such things needs to be vetted out, and such needs to be investigated, and they need to get a proper information on all, whatever the amendments they are doing and why they are doing it and all those things. So if they are satisfied, the commission gets satisfied, then they can grant approval for that also. So there is no restrictions on that. Direct rules to be made or amended. So any direct rules to be made or amended, the power that rests in the power of the commission. They can make the changes as and when it is required. Suspend the business of the recognized association. So that is one more power what they've given. They can suspend it. Suspend means keeping it in temporary stage of not activating. So after the due process of investigation and all those things, if they find that there was nothing flaw in that, or they can correct it if they have done some mistakes or something like that, then they can revoke the suspension. Okay, so that possibility is always there. Suspension is only a temporary stoppage. It's not a permanent thing. Okay, so yes, but till the time of revoking the suspension, they cannot participate in the activities which they were doing. So that's one thing which needs to be thought of. Then issue directions to the recognized associations. That is also one of the important things, where they need to issue directions for associations as to how they need to work, especially with the commission, in order to ensure smooth and fair activities flow. Okay, and all those things. So that is directions. Directions can be given. So directions can be in the form of warning also. Okay, sometimes if some associations are not following some of the procedures, or if they are neglecting some of the procedural things, then in the form of strict message or strong message, the directions can be issued. Okay, directions can be in any form. It can be in order to correct the mistakes, or it can be to appreciate the works under which they are moving towards and all those things. So directions normally will be given in order to see that there will be smooth flow of activities in the market. So that is the direction they put forth. Because since things will be changing in a very faster rate, someone should be there to guide them. Okay, someone should tell that what is wrong and what is right, because markets are very volatile and dynamic. So there should be need for someone to show and set directions, saying that this is correct, this is not correct, or this is the better way to do it. Someone should guide them. So that guiding force is the commission. So commission does all those guiding things. That's a very important thing. So they rely on the following legal provisions to discharge their functions. Very important. Okay, so it is not only the Forward Commission Regulation Act which is important of 1952, but there are other provisions also which are important. So one is, of course, the main act, BEAR Act itself, that is Forward Commission Regulation Act 1952. The other one is Forward Commission Regulation Rules are there. 1954. See, whenever we say for any matters of act, be it income tax, be it GST, or whatever act we are talking about, right? So first and foremost thing will be a BEAR Act. BEAR Act doesn't get into too much of details. Okay, BEAR Act only sets the tone. Okay, it sets that, okay, this is what the act is and this is how it looks like. So it talks in the higher angle point of view, but how to implement that act, or how to make that act become reality, so that is through rules. So rules gives the detailed guidelines of how the act should be implemented. So there is rules. So Forward Market Commission rules are there, 1954. Okay, so that rules are the basic things which will tell you how the act needs to be implemented, or how the act needs to be transformed. Okay, and what is the objective of why the framing of act, everything that will be stated in rules. So rules gives the detailed structure of how the act needs to be implemented. So that rules is given under Forward Exchange Regulation Act, rules, sorry, not act, rules 1954. Then various notification issued by the government under Forward Contract Act 1954. So it's not only that you need to know the act, you should know the rules, but also you need to look at the various notification issued by the government from time to time. So every time you cannot go and change the rules, or every time you cannot go and amend the act. So amendment of act again goes to parliament. Okay, you need to go to the parliament and you need to bring the changes there and take the approval from the parliament. But rules are which can be changed within the purview of the commission itself. But only thing is, you cannot, whenever you want to give some directions for a particular period of time, or due to some circumstances you want to give some clarification or something, then rules is not the better way. It is through notification you normally come up with those observations and changes. So notifications regularly they will be issued, and such notification needs to be looked into if you want to understand the forward market commission functions. So, and other thing which is very important is you need to look into the case laws also. So various judicial interpretation of cases will be there. Okay, so association might have taken some issue with the commission to the Supreme Court or High Court or somewhere. So there are a lot of judicial pronouncement which will be there. Even that also becomes very important in order to understand the powers and the various functions which the commission should follow. So I think that is the basic idea under which the Forward Market Commission works. Okay. So there was one more act called as FCRA Act, that is Foreign Forward Contract Regulation Act 1952, which provided for three-tier regulatory system, an association recognized by Government of India on the recommendation of Forward Market Commission, the Forward Market Commission, and the central government. So this Forward Contract Regulation Act called as FCRA was the main behind the setting up of Forward Market Commission. So that was the objective under which the commission was set up. So these are the very important things which are there, and what are the responsibilities we have discussed, and the commission also we have discussed. Okay, it consists of 2 to 4 members. So this is about the Forward Market Commission. Okay, and the 1 second, I'll just see anything if I want to tell in Forward Market Commission. Okay, so this is the general what is the Forward Market Commission. So we studied about the Forward Market Commission, which was basically formed because of the Forward Commission Regulation Act (FCRA) 1952, and the objective and functions we have studied, and also the powers which has been given under this commission is just like a quasi judicial body, where you can exercise a lot of judicial controls on your own in the which is coming under the Civil Procedure Code. So that is also a very important thing we need to understand. So commission, if you ask me now what is the status, status is now this has been merged with SEBI, Security Exchange Board of India. So we don't have anything called as Forward Market Commission as such now. So it will be now taken care by SEBI itself. So commodity market also comes under SEBI regulations now. So that is about Forward Market Commission. And coming back to the commodity exchanges, I think we were discussing on the different forms of commodity exchanges and all those things. But today we'll discuss something about the different aspects which are there here. I'll just take the other part. 1 second, you just hold on. So we have studied about the different aspects of commissions, division 1, division 2, division 3, all those things were there. So that is also a very important point we need to remember. So history of commodity exchanges also we have studied. Before going to the different commodity markets, we'll see what are the things which are there from your syllabus point. Okay, so that I'll be trying to cover those things first. Then we'll come back to the procedural matters, okay, how the exchange works and all those things will come at a later stage. So let us go back to the regulations of commodity exchanges, because regulations are very important. So how the commodity exchanges function, that's a very important thing. So again, the Fcra Act is very important here. In accordance with the Forward Contract Regulation Act 1952, forward trading in commodities is notified under Section 15 of the Act. It can be only under the auspices of recognized association. So first and foremost thing is commodity markets operates only through association. So recognized, that's what they use the word, recognized. So that means there should be some process involved, okay, where you need to follow that process in order to get yourself recognized. So that means the recognition needs to be given by some authority. So here it's clear that the authority is central government itself. So the act empowers the central government to grant recognition to the exchange. So these commodities are traded in exchange, and that exchange needs to be recognized. So that recognition happens by central government. So this is a way how things happen. So you cannot just try bring some commodity and trade it in some public place and all those things. It is not allowed. That becomes a forward contract if it is done outside the market. But there should be some control. There should be some monitoring. There should be some visualization of things, how it should be done, and someone should be guiding these forces. So that is called as the recognition, or the associations which wants to do such type of commodity exchanges, right? First and foremost thing, they need to be recognized. So they need to be an association first, and the association needs to be recognized. Then only they will be able to follow the procedures what has been laid under Forward Market Commission. So the Act empowers the central government to grant recognition to the exchange on the basis of a recommendation of the Forward Market Commission. So now there are three bodies which are involved now. Now one is association, the second one is the government, central government, and third one is Forward Market Commission. So any association, if they want to get recognized, first and foremost thing is they need to approach the Forward Market Commission. Okay, then Forward Market Commission will do the detailed check and sees whether that association can be given recognition. Then they will recommend to the government. Central government later gives the recognition. So any new or existing exchange which wants to organize forward trading in a new commodity or in existing commodity, which is or at the beginning trade in another exchanges, has to obtain recognition from the government. So that is become mandatory. Okay, recognition from government is mandatory. So also the registration of exchange is prerequisite to trade in commodity. Requisition, basically without registration you cannot allow any trading to happen. Okay, this as per section 70. Okay, so requisite to trade in commodities which is neither banned under section 17 nor regulated under section 15 of Fcra Act. So there should be a clear bylaws, rules and regulations. The trading practices and bylaws adopted by the exchange should be such as to ensure financial integrity. That's a very important word they've used: financial integrity, market integrity, and customer protection. So the bylaw should clearly focus on these three important areas. One is integrity in terms of financial matters, that is those people who are representing that particular association, they should not be someone who has been judged as insolvent or who has already a case pending against him in fraudulent activities or siphoning of funds or misappropriation of fund in any other association or something like that. So those are the things. Financial integrity means you should be financially prudent person, okay, trustable person, trustworthy person. Okay, so that association should not have any member, any board committee members who have been already judged with some malpractices or misrepresentation or fraudulent mindset and all those things. So they should not have been. Such person should not be there in that particular type of association. That is a financial integrity they are talking about. Of course, market integrity, there should not be any case pending against any person in terms of market relating, or association should be one which has not been debarred by any other markets in any other zonal or region or international or somewhere else. So there should be market integrity also. They should carry this type of goodwill, okay, very good goodwill in the market. And of course, customer protection is a very important thing. Which the bylaw and rules and regulations should focus on. These practices and bylaws should be in line with the model bylaws and instruction issued by FMC from time to time. So FMC will be telling from time to time what are the key things which should be mentioned as priority areas in the bylaw. So such type of things should be clearly mentioned. Okay, so the bylaw should contain all these information. Okay, so bylaw means it's a charter of document, just like how you have memorandum of association and articles of association for company, right? So for association, we call it as bylaws. So housing societies and all your society, right, we call them as bylaws. It's just like how you draft a memorandum of association or articles in case of company, or partnership deed in case of partnership firm. So it sets the terms and conditions and rules and regulations on various activities as to how the association should perform its day-to-day activities. So that is mentioned in bylaws, and that bylaw needs to be vetted by FMC also, because FMC has its own conditions, which terms and condition which it says it should be highlighted in your bylaws. So that subject to time instructions, whatever is coming from Forward Market Commission, right? So such things needs to be incorporated in your bylaws also. So your bylaw should give certain prominence or provisions wherein there is a scope to make changes as per the regulations as amended by the Forward Market Commission. So that needs to be taken care. From time to time, you need to make those significant changes. The exchange should have a very strong market surveillance and monitoring system. Surveillance is especially in terms of someone hacking into your exchange servers, okay, or someone taking the informations from you, or committing some cybercrime related things where they hack into your system and collect all the informations of your customers and all those things. So that is surveillance. Surveillance is generally looking into the operational functioning of the entire system. So there should be a clear vigil on these type of things, what is happening in the system and all those things. And of course, surveillance in terms of any fraudulent or misrepresentation or any hacking things, whichever is happening, that those things also should be looked into. So that is very important. So management, financial position and infrastructure, the exchange has to submit relevant data, information to satisfy the authorities about its capital resources and application of fund. These are the requirements which are there: projection, cash flow, constitution, management and administration of the exchange, and the suitability of proposed commodity for future trading. See, these are the basic things what you need to give in order to get the recognition. So they will be weighing your association in terms of various parameters. So the parameters may be application of fund, your projected cash flows. So who are the people who are behind the management, and how do you want to administer it, and all those information. So you need to share the entire information about the infrastructure, about how you would like to set up your association. So this is before going in for taking the approvals, okay, for recognition. That's what it's called, an approval as a recognized commodity exchange. The exchange has also to convince that requisite infrastructure is available with the exchange for conducting trading in efficient and transport environment. So infrastructure may be physical infrastructure in the form of buildings, and IT infrastructure, information technology related infrastructure, human capital. See, all these things becomes a very important matter in order to give the recognition for exchange. So Promoters must have demonstrated adequate experience, professional qualification, and knowledge and good track record so as to inspire confidence in their competencies and professionalism to organize foreign trading. So normally, when someone wants to give permission to you, right, basically they look into the experience and qualifications of the promoters, because someone who has thorough knowledge about how this market how this market functions, how the commodity exchange market functions. So the intent is very important here. So anyone with a bad track record or a promoter who has been disqualified in various other activities, if you involve that person as a promoter, then such type of associations may not get recognitions, or they may ask you to change that promoter and come up with a new submission and all those things. So it's better we have a qualified professional with a very good experience, hands of experience in commodity markets. So such people needs to be selected. Such people should form the board members or the committee members of the particular promoters. So that's very important. And the management of the exchange should be independent, and the board should predominantly have non-trade representation. So the board should not have members who are also traders. Okay, so that's again a conflict of interest. We call it as in management terms. So there should not be any conflict of interest, and the board should predominantly have non-trade representatives. So trading people should not be considered as your representatives in the board. So there should be no conflict of interest which should be there, and that is what this point has been highlighted here. So then clearing and settlement, all new exchanges should have online trading and settlement system in their exchange. The cleaning and settlement system should be based on the principle of novation. Novation means which is more of innovations, okay, something new, okay. And there should be adequate risk containment provisions like upfront margin and equity contribution by the trading clearing members. So I'll come back to this settlement process much in detail in the next class. So today we discussed about the role of what is a forward market commission. So when it was set up, and what is a commission, how many people will be there in that commission, and what are the roles and functions of a commission, and the powers of a commission, very important. So this they may ask you in exams, okay, list down few powers of the commission, or list down few functions of forward market commission. Even though FMC is not there today, but you may expect some question because it is part of your syllabus. Forward market commission, we need to know, because that is the starting point of establishment of forward contract, or recognized organized forward contract markets in India. So we need to study this 1953 and 54, 52 and 54. One is Forward Market Commission Regulation Act, and another is Forward Market Commission Rules. So these are the two important things which we studied today, and the various powers given under the Act. Also we studied, and of course we studied something about the divisions, various divisions which are there in the commission. Basically 5 important divisions are there, and what are the different divisions and what are they into, even that also we studied. So this is about a forward market commission. So in the next class we'll try to study about the different organization structure of the forward market commissions are concerned. So we'll see how the organization structure works, that we are not studied today. So in the next class I'll be talking, in the Friday's class I'll be talking about forward market commission structure, okay. And also we'll go back to some of the leading forward exchange commodities which are there, and we'll try to see and study each one of the commodity markets, okay. So that we'll do it in the next class. So do you have any questions till now? Any questions on forward market commission? Any questions on forward market commission? Okay, fine. So thank you, and we'll meet on Friday.